Hello. Great questions. First one is, do you have the power of choice, or does like fate predetermine your actions? And the second one is, if you knew what was going to happen, like it's in your last day, how would you change? And these questions are really, part of my life, big style, really are, because in my 20s I fell into, it's like I had a dream at the beginning that went wrong, and in my 20s I fell into a horrible sweatshop kind of lifestyle, and it was quite hellish, really, and when it ended, that period, there was a lot of regret, until one day it dawned on me, that the only person who was making me get up, go to this fucking shit job, do what I did, go through everything. And I'm a Leo as well, and I've heard lately, I'm not into astrology as such, but I've heard that Leos, I heard this on Big Brother, when this celebrity Big Brother, when this Leo was sticking it out, and somebody says, "Are you a Leo?" And he said, "Yeah." He says, you stick it out because you're a Leo. So I thought, it sounds like fucking I was, But, it's kind of like, I was sticking out, I don't know why, and it was like partly better the devil you know than the devil you don't type trip, you know what I mean? But I know now that I had the power of choice. I didn't have to do it. And there's no point looking back and saying, oh, well, fate made you do it. Fair enough, I can't undo what I did, right? But I got an insight that you don't have to do what you're doing. You can't. If you say poor, right? You can't suddenly make yourself rich, that's stuff. That's stupid. Or if you're black, make yourself white, or if you're white, make yourself black, But there's things you can do. Like, say your parents want you to be a certain way, and you've got all this pressure, to do this, to do that, to pass your exams, to become something you don't want to be, right? That's pressure over you. So you've got your peers, they want you to join a gang, do drugs, become a born-again Christian, whatever. Always remember, it's the pressure you're feeling to do it. It's this kind of like a fear from you that's holding you back from having a power of choice, Now, I came to find this book. Well, it's not a book actually, but it's I read this article online by this woman. She's still a friend. She's written The Power of Choice, and I started reading what she allowed to be read on the thing. And I contacted her, and she ended up sending me the whole manuscript, and it's brilliant. And it's called The Power of Choice, and it's all about that, and it's about women's situation, because women have been real underdog with the patriarchy, and they've had to fit into roles and everything, preordained by men, and it just takes guts for you to say, no, I ain't going to do that. I ain't going to be your puppet or do what is expected. It takes a lot of guts to not do that, because you don't know what your known is. A lot of people, I don't know if you've seen these videos where they've tested people to see how much they follow authority, right? And you know, you've done the weirdest things, like we've gone onto an empty train and there's been like empty seats there. And this guy dressed up like in a uniform will come on and he'll say, will you please move to the seat next there? And there's all these empty seats. And it showed you on camera, and these people were just getting up and just moving. They didn't ask why, right? And then they tried it with somebody who didn't have a uniform on, and people would still move, but some of them would say, you know, we're looking funny and asking, you know, and some wouldn't move. But the uniform made them move. They didn't even question it. And there's been loads of other videos, yeah? So it's this conformity to please, but it's not destiny telling you. It's like there are situations, you know, like for instance, you're born in a poverty-stricken village, you know, you can't suddenly have the power of choice of clean water or something like that, you know. I'm saying there's some extreme conditions where you're fucked, unless you really get some serious help. But when you can have, you know, the power of choice, you can do it. I could now get up and walk down to the river and have a sandwich if I wanted. You know, that's my power of choice right now. Yeah, I might do in a minute. And the second question, if you knew what was going to happen on your last day, would you change? Now, I did a video a while back about, I had a very powerful out-of-the-body experience, and it's taken me years to try and understand it. And the reason for that is that because our culture has lost contact with our depths, the way you know, you can get visions, divine the future, things like that, through symbols and everything, yeah. Because we've lost that contact, when we have like a very powerful experience, there's nobody to go to. There's no wise woman, there's no shaman or whatever to ask. And you know, it's like, if you're very rich, you know, you might be able to go to Jungian therapists or whatever, you know. But there's just not much help for anybody. And I was kind of like really lost wondering where it was. And when it dawned on me, it's very, very direct, very, very simple in a way, right? But we can get these understandings in order to know how to be. Lost track of it, but it's very personal to me, this experience, you know. It's really strange to have an experience like that. It changes your whole understanding of reality. So I think a lot of people, knowing what my experience, wouldn't recognise how these visions come because they've lost contact. That's what we need to get contact with this.